Good morning and welcome. Today we're going to take a look at drawing a round maze. To begin, we're going to take and select New from the ribbon bar at the top, Standard IPT, and click Create. Beginning with a 2D sketch on our XY plane, I'm going to click Front to zoom all. And I'm going to start with a rectangle at our origin, wait for the green dot. Click and stretch a rectangle up and to the right hand quadrant. My workpiece is going to be 5 inches for a horizontal dimension, 5 inches for a vertical dimension. Press Enter on the keyboard. Next we're going to take and finish sketch. Then we're going to go home. And we're going to click Extrude. I want to extrude in direction number 2. And I want to extrude a distance of 0.75, which is 3/4 of an inch. And click OK. Next we're going to take a 2D sketch, place it on our front view. Zoom all. And I'm going to begin with a circle. I'm going to draw a circle that's 0.22. Make sure you have that decimal in there of 0.22 and press Enter on the keyboard. Press the Escape key. Next we have to locate this circle on the center of our workpiece. So I'm going to dimension from the center of my circle to the left hand side of my workpiece. Bring this dimension down. To center this, I'm going to need a dimension of 2.5, 2.5 inches, and press Enter on the keyboard. I need to do the same from the center of the circle to the bottom of my workpiece. Bring this dimension out. Once again, to center this, 2.5 is the dimension that I need. Press Enter. Press the Escape key. Now we're going to take and use a tool called Offset. I'm going to offset, select my circle in the middle, bring it out to the outer side. I'm going to enter in a dimension of 0.25. Press Enter on the keyboard. Then I'm going to keep alternating 0.22, Enter on the keyboard, 0.25, Enter on the keyboard. I'm going to keep alternating these dimensions until I reach the limit of my extents. And this should be my last one. So we should start with a 0.22 circle and then offset and alternate 0.25, 0.22, 0.25, 0.22, 0.25, 0.22, 0.25, 0.22. Once you have ensured that you have the correct dimensions and offset there, we're going to take and we're going to draw lines for the marble to go from the BB to go from the center to the outside. So we have to draw different tracks in there. In order to avoid any constraint problems we're going to run into, I'm going to take and delete. I can either right click and select delete, or I can click the dimension and press the delete key on the keyboard. Either way is fine. Once we have that done, we need to enter in some lines. So I'm going to take and start from the quadrant, which is I'm going to start on a 9 o'clock position of my innermost circle. I'm going to click and bring this straight up. I want to make sure I have my object snap, which is that gray box that appears when I'm straight up and down, and click to place that line. Press Escape. I'm going to do the same thing again at the 3 o'clock position. Make sure I got my straightness snap. Click to place that line. Now before I trim this out, I also want to have this one from the top going out to the right hand side. So I'm going to do a line tool again. Make sure I'm at the 12 o'clock position on that innermost circle. And bring this out. Make sure you have your straightness snap or that object snap located. And I'm going to go from the bottom again. Okay. Next, we're going to go straight down. Make sure you're getting the 3 o'clock position, and I want to also have my straightness snap and wait for that to appear before you click. And I might as well do the left hand side as well. 12 o'clock position, make sure you got your straightness snap, then a 6 o'clock position. Straighten this snap and click. Next we're going to take and select the trim tool from the top. And I'm going to trim. I want to leave the bottom part of this circle, but the top part I can trim out. And I can get rid of this line here at the top. And this one so the BB can get out. So my BB sitting in the middle. Can take and come out from the middle. And then I can roll around in this track here, which is the 0.22 dimension. I don't want it to go through this wall. This one we do. And then everything else, you can press the escape key and you can right click and delete that line that's straight up to the side. So once again, I cut through the first wall, left the second wall, cut through the third wall. Next, we're going to take care of the right hand side. Let's trim out this line that's coming from the right. This is the groove, so my BB's in the middle. It can come out to the outer right hand side. I'm going to take and cut through this second wall that's here. I'm going to skip this third wall and cut through the outside wall here and trim away the tags on the side. Let's do the same thing to the left hand side. Cut through this second wall. We're going to leave the third wall. We're going to cut through this outside wall here and trim away the tags on the side. Press the escape key. Now I need to just do the same thing that I did up here in the top. That 1, 2, the third wall we're going to cut through here. So we're going to select trim. Trim these guys out. I'm going to leave this line here. This is the wall we're going to cut through. And then you can either delete, or you can trim these guys out, or you can press the escape key and right click delete that line. That looks really good. Of course you can add more slots and grooves in there to make your design more complicated, but this is a good place to start. I'm going to finish sketch. Green check mark in the upper right hand corner. Click extrude. I want to select the maze portion where my BB is going to be rolling around in, and I want to select cut. And I'm going to cut a distance of 0.25 and press enter on the keyboard or click OK. After we have that done, we're going to go to the orange capital letter I. We're going to save as. Make sure this is going into your H drive, first initial, last name 000. And I'm going to call this, make sure you put your name in there. My name in 5-inch round maze and click save. Next we're going to take a look at cutting this part. Come up to my ribbon, and above my ribbon there's the CAM tab. We want to select our CAM tab. We want to choose our setup folder first. I'm going to work these tabs top to bottom, and my tabs I'm going to work left to right. So coming down to my work coordinate system, I'm going to select my origin and change it from stock box point to model origin. Then I'm going to choose my stock setup, and from my model position I want my thickness of my material to be 0.75, which is 3/4 of an inch. And for my post process, my program comment, I'm going to type my Lammers and my part name. Guess I'll let go of the shift key while we do that. And then select OK. Next I'm going to choose my 2D pocket. I'm going to select my tool. Scroll down until you find Sample Tools Inch. And I want to find my 1/8 inch flat end mills, and I want to choose the third, 1, 2, 3rd 1/8 inch flat end mill down and click select. Next I'm going to select my geometry. I'm going to come in here and I want to choose the bottom of the track where my BB is going to roll around in. Coming across to my next tab, I'm going to select my heights. My clearance height I'm going to change to stock top, and my clearance offset height is 0.2. The retract height should be stock top and 0.2, and your feed height should be stock top and 0.2. Coming across to my next one for my depths, I'm going to choose where it says stock to leave. I'm going to deselect this box. My last tab over, my linking parameters, where it says leads and transitions, I'm going to deselect lead in, deselect lead out, and change my ramp style from helix to plunge. And I'm going to click OK. Then I'm going to choose simulate from the top ribbon bar. Click play. Once you see the tool run around your maze, it's the same way it's going to cut on the CNC mill. Click close. And then I'm going to choose post process button from the menu. Once again, I want to have one Butler MS Techno Easel. That's my post processor I want to choose. And I want to have my output folder. Click that little box, and I want to make sure I choose first initial last name 000. Click open. My program comment, I'm going to change to your name in 5-inch round maze and click post. Once again, put your name, 5-inch round maze, click save. With the M&G code editor up, I'm going to take and X this out in the upper right hand corner. I'm going to go to my orange capital letter I. I'm going to update my part and save. Then I'm going to minimize or X this out. X out of Inventor or minimize it. And then I want to be at the computer that has the CNC mill, this icon here for the Techno Easel mill. I'm going to click to launch it. Click Translate Execute, and I'm going to choose my name 5-inch round maze and click open. Click OK at this window, select Preview, press S and then F on the keyboard. This is where you are going to stop, go get your instructor, your teacher, and have them come over and show them your computer screen and have them help you load the workpiece into the CNC mill so you can cut. Congratulations on creating your round maze.